It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. He is a transaction expert with focuses in real estate, environmental risk transfers, and redevelopment. He has been trusted to lead transaction support initiatives for some of the largest companies in the world. He has been praised for leading a redevelopment renaissance and taking our community's health and wealth to new heights. It is his belief that proactive diligence makes a difference not only in real estate transactions, but also in life. Please welcome CEO and founder of Brownfields Listings, Dan French.
How's lunch? Good? I haven't eaten yet. We're going to go fast, so I hope you don't choke. If you want to take this opportunity to adjust your chair so you can see either of the screens, I would highly encourage that. So I'm going to punish you today with over 100 slides. I'm not going to talk about Brownfield Listings very much today. We're going to zoom up into orbit. We're going to go big. We're going to call back your 7th grade American history class and a lot of other things. To try to answer this big question. Are we stronger than ever, or are we on the brink of collapse? And it really depends on what day it is and who you ask. I did a lot of international work early in my career with very large corporations, and they don't care about politics. They care about policy, but that's a little bit different. They don't care about the drama of the day or the news of the day. They care about the real world, and that's what we're going to look at today. The real economy, the real environment, and our energy markets. And we need these three things working in harmony all the time, because if we don't have one of these three pillars in place, it's going to get really hard to sustain a modern economy or a planet at all with 7.6 billion people on the planet now. So we're closer to 8 than 7. And that means the costs and the consequences of failure are going up. This is Mr. Malthus. We're going to look at some longer charts than you're used to. Thomas Malthus, the Malthusians, anyone know, I'm sure? He made this observation a couple hundred years ago. He noticed that population was growing a lot faster than agricultural yields were rising. And so he thought that it was in our nature, it was our destiny to overshoot and collapse. So he was really talking about unsustainability, and that's a really useful term that I like to use, that we like to use. Sustainability, I don't know what it means anymore. It means a lot of things to a lot of people. But in a corporate context or in your personal life, when things get unsustainable, it's hard to ignore, right? Your business goes bankrupt, whatever it may be. We care about the endpoints, and we want to try to avoid them. That's what sustainability means to me. He made his prediction in 1798, as you can see there, and unfortunately for Mr. Malthus, he's been wrong for a couple centuries thereafter. We discovered oil in Pennsylvania not long after. We had this little thing you may have heard of, the Industrial Revolution. And it's been proving Mr. Malthus wrong ever since. But the question remains, right? Are we past our sustainability point? Because we could be at any time. We can do it. We have everything that we need to compete and win in this century and beyond. Who's going to feed China? Us. Who's going to power the world economy? Us. The way that we have for centuries. And we're going to continue to do it if we rise to the occasion. It's going to be a lot of the people in this room at this conference and the people that you work with. You're going to go home. It's your teams. You're working on some of the most challenging sites that we have. Some of the most important opportunities at the head of the river, right? In the floodplain. At the corner of Main Street that will catalyze your community. These are the important works that we're doing, and I encourage you all to lean in and do your best. Because I don't know what the next challenge will look like. I don't know when the next flood will come. I don't know when the next crash will come. But I'm confident that if we do everything that we can do, if we lean in, if we make use of this moment when we have this abundance, then in 2030 or whenever, when my 2-year-old is an adult and he's facing whatever challenge it's going to be, we will have done enough of that foundational work. They'll be ready for whatever the next challenge is. Until then, though, there's going to be a recession, real estate's slowing down, there's some discombobulation in global markets, Turkey's falling apart, who knows. There will be a recession. You knew that before I told you. But what we're talking about today is a new long cycle, and it's going to last. Cheap energy is not going away anytime soon. So we can do it. This audience can do it. And if we do, Jetsons. Do your best. I'm counting on you. Thank you.